Generation, the dating scene has always presented challenges to single people. These days, an unprecedented number of Gen Z men are not dating. And our next guest says there are several reasons why. Let's bring in PragerU personality Aldo Buttazzoni. Aldo, it's great to have you. You wrote this on FoxNews.com. I'm going to put it up on the screen. All across America, marriage, sexuality, and relationships are on the steady decline among young people. According to a new Pew Research study, 63% of men aged 18 to 29 report being single. That means the number of single men is nearly twice that of single young women, indicating a large breakdown in the social, romantic, and sexual lives of American men. What gives here, Aldo?
Well, you know, this breakdown that we're seeing of relationships is multifaceted, and there's so many factors to play to just talk about in one sitting. But what I talk about in this article is the way that social media and these dating apps are contributing to this.
Yeah.
And with these technological advancements, you would think that finding love, finding a relationship would be easier than ever. But what we're seeing is the opposite. The abundance of choices and this sense of constant availability is creating a situation where men always think that they have another option. And so when a red flag or something happens in a relationship that's otherwise going smoothly, young men are asking themselves, why would I do this when I have thousands of other options at my fingertips? And unfortunately, over 60% of Gen Z men are choosing the latter.
It's interesting because I want to put up the damage to the dating landscapes. Quoting here, dating apps, social media, pornography, the list probably goes on, but those are three of the big ones, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this breakdown, like I said, especially when you talk about pornography, it's something I speak out a lot against.
Yeah.
You know, as much as people maybe not want to talk about it, you know, sexuality and this lust is an important driving factor for men in the relationships. And with pornography, they have a porn partner that's waiting for them at all times that they can click with a single, a single click, exchange them for another partner, and it's really damaging relationships and the long-term societal implications of this 20 years down the road when we're seeing a breakdown of family units, which, as you know, is the backbone of a healthy society. It's going to be catastrophic.
So you asked.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. And as you can see, the background has changed again because I am officially in Barranquilla. Now, moving on to the clip that you guys just saw, I gotta disagree with a little bit of what he had to say. Because for you to sit over here and say that, it's partially true, but in terms of, oh, why put up with this when I got all these options? If we gonna keep it a buck, fellas, I think we all know who have all the options when it comes to men. Now, if he would have said it, if he was referring to women, then I think he would have been a little bit more accurate with his thesis on why this is. But I do also agree with the three top reasons. Social media, dating apps, and the adult industry definitely plays a part, and those are things that I discuss on this channel as well. But the real reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, you guys, is because apparently this passport bro movement has become mainstream. It's become mainstream, and it's starting to catch. You're starting to see more news channels pick up on this, as well as, you know, other issues in the dating market. So I want to read this article to you guys, man, and I'll make sure I leave the link in the description for it as well. Let's keep it moving. All right, guys. So it starts off by saying a growing subset of men in the United States are turning away from American women and choosing to search for love abroad. The viral movement, coined as Passport Bros on TikTok, refers to men seeking foreign women who they believe come from more conservative backgrounds and therefore place more emphasis on family and loyalty. In many cases, these passport bros claim to seek out non-Western women out of frustration or wanting something new. They often blame feminism and impossible standards by U.S. women as the reason for them seeking out relationships overseas. Dating coach Eddie Hernandez said. Relationship expert, coaches, and other experts who spoke with Fox News Digital said the term has gotten significantly more traction thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic and an abundant work from home WFH culture. And yeah, man, it's one of the reasons why, we talk about remote work. Actually, just had a live show about that recently. And yeah, man, one of the main reasons why is because men are trying to find women that are a little bit more on the conservative side. Now, obviously, we live in modern times, so we don't expect women to be nuns out here. But compared to what we got in American culture, what I like to call 304 culture and hoflation, it's like, yeah, man, men that are looking for something serious, that's what you're starting to see more men do. All right, let's keep it moving. As of 2023, 12.7% of full time employees work from home, while 28.2% of employees have adapted to a hybrid work model. These numbers are significantly higher for the tech field, with 85% of tech workers either fully remote or in a hybrid role. 48% are fully remote. Wow. According to Upwork, an estimated 32.6 million Americans will work remotely, which comprises approximately 22% of the workforce. Damn. Okay. After people were forced to work remotely, many companies realized that people's work was just as good or even better when they were out of the office. Imagine that. Some people also may be experiencing wanderlust due to being cooped up in their homes for so long, which may make the thought of a romance abroad extra enticing. Susanna Weiss, a relationship coach and AA certified sex educator, said, "Oh God, these women sex educators, don't get me started on them." However, experts suggest that many of other factors have contributed to remote workers, particularly men turning outside their own country in search of romantic relationships. Dr. James Bram, an education expert and researcher, analyzed conceptual foundations of biology, said that many of the reasons behind the trend are varied. Still, many of these individuals believe that Western women have adopted attitudes and behaviors that don't align with their values and preferences. Yeah, their attitudes and their behaviors don't align with marriage and raising a family. And like the guy in the clip said, you know, that's what creates a strong foundation as far as community goes. And men nowadays seem to value that a lot more than women do in the West. So that's why you're starting to see more men leave abroad, go abroad, should I say. Let's keep it moving. Many passport bros express a sense of disconnection from the dating market in their home country, which they perceive as being influenced by elements they find unappealing, such as excessive feminism, materialism, and a perceived lack of commitment and loyalty in relationship, he said. And this is the part where I had to give him pushback in that clip because it's the women that don't have any loyalty because they're so demanding and because there's so many guys that are willing to simp. Well, yeah, so many guys that are willing to simp for them, and guys are promising the world just to get access to these women. These women feel like they don't have to reciprocate because in their mind they're thinking, well, all these other dudes are simping for me. Why the hell should I reciprocate anything to you? So it's come with a sense of entitlement, and that also has to do with dating apps and social media. Where you think they get that attention from? But I digress. Let's keep it moving. Experts found that some men have shifted their romantic aspirations towards various international regions, particularly Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, Latin America, hoping to find someone with more conservative or traditional values. The attraction of Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and Latin America as preferred destination for passport bros seeking love and companionship lies in the perceptions and stereotypes associated with these regions. Southeast Asian countries are often seen as places where women are raised with a strong sense of respect and commitment to family, which is highly appealing to these men, Bram said. Furthermore, these men also believe that Eastern Europe is regarded as a place where women embrace traditional gender roles. At the same time, Latin America is seen as a place where warmth, passion, and family values are prevalent, according to Abraham. Paula Pardell, a Bloom Matchmaking, added that these men often value women who are happy to be homemakers and mothers and take care of their needs while the man is the sole provider. And I will actually argue that a lot of these women still prefer those gender roles even if they are working. Let's continue. The sort of arrangement can be beneficial to both parties as long as both know what they are getting into. Open and honest communication is very important about needs and wants in the relationship, she added. But more standard motivations for dating overseas, shared by both men and women, have led more young male remote workers to consider romantic relationships outside of their area code. Now, don't get me started on the women. I'm like, and I got another um, passport sis video due because I'm like, they still out here taking L's and they keep popping up. Since the pandemic broke out, an increase of 50% in connections and conversations has been witnessed across geographical borders. According to OkCupid, daters were also engaged in 10% more interracial relationships, and there was a 15% increase in those who said they would date different religions and cultures. In 2020, Tinder recorded a 7 times increase in members' use of the passport feature, with 16% of all active members engaged with people overseas. Certified relationship expert, life coach, lifestyle blogger, and co founder of Mood Fresher, Aditya Kashyap Mishra, I hope I didn't butcher that person's name, told Fox News Digital that the allure of adventure is a significant factor driving this trend among American men. And I'm glad that was said because it's not just the women. Um, let's keep it moving. For those with remote work arrangements, this freedom to work from anywhere in the world presents an opportunity to explore new cultures, immerse themselves in different environments, and meet fascinating people. The desire for novel experiences and the thrill of embarking on a romantic journey in an unfamiliar land can be irresistible, he said. And these are facts. Let me tell you something because I just met a brother in Medellin right before I left, and I met him through BMT, and he was putting me on game as ways to help my channel grow even faster because there's a few content creators that at once upon a time had less subscribers than me, and now they got 2-3 times more subscribers than me. And he gave me the secret sauce on why that is. And when he broke that down to me, it made a lot of sense. I was like, okay. So when I get back to the States, I'm definitely going to chop it up with him and get more information and try to apply that to my channel. Let's keep it moving. Mishra said all that cultural curiosity, language barriers, and the exoticism can also play a substantial role in pursuing relationships overseas. The language barrier can often be seen as an enigmatic challenge rather than an obstacle, Mishra added. American men may find the allure of learning a new language or communicating through a language barrier as an exciting and romantic endeavor. Relationship expert and Nomadrit's founder Tiffany McGee, whose work is inspired by her journey as a digital nomad, said the yearning to date overseas stems from the psychological concept known as novelty-seeking behavior, where new experience release dopamine in the brain. Additionally, relative deprivation also plays a role wherein men may compare their relationship options back home unfavorably to what they perceive to be available in other countries. But criticism of the movement has been plentiful, as experts have warned that there could be negative ramifications for this modern trend. Weiss says some of the motivations for passport bros stem from sexist ideas of American women being overly independent or having excessively high standards. I don't see what's sexist about that. It just is what it is, and that's exactly what American women are. Not all of them, but majority of them. Because you can't be overly independent. It's weird. You can't be overly independent, but then turn around and say, "I demand this, this." Everything that they're demanding is based on dependency. So how are you going to be overly independent but then everything that you're demanding is overly dependent. See what I'm saying? It's hypocrisy. Like I say all this channel all the time, walking contradiction. Let's keep it moving. As women in the U.S. become more outspoken and emboldened to ask for what they want, some men feel that they prefer women in other countries who will be more unconditionally devoted to them. She said, lastly, the movement actually began with black men, so it could have to do with the way black men are treated in the U.S., though it also seems that some of it is based on negative perceptions of U.S. black women. Yeah, because those same U.S. black women are going to the other countries and they're not having any more luck than they would in the U.S. She stressed that was important to note that some passport bros have been implicated in sex tourism and sex trafficking, underscoring the reality that not everyone under the moniker is simply moving to find relationships. That is true, and to be honest, I've had to debunk that quite a few times. And again, the guys that are doing that, they're doing it so that way they can gain traction and get clicks and views. That's pretty much all that is. Linda Whiteside, a lead clinical counselor at the New View Treatment Center in Los Angeles, California, said there was a real risk of ignoring the challenges of navigating cross-cultural relationships. Dating someone who has a different culture from yours comes with a whole lot of challenges, such as adjusting to the traditions and learning their ways and how they navigate relationships. And this can be a bit much for people who are not psychologically and emotionally ready, she said. For men who fail to understand and adapt, these passport bros, White said, predicted, might be quickly dissatisfied once again and find themselves in another country back at square one. All right, you guys. So it's a lot of truth to that. I can't deny that, the whole issue with some of these guys claiming to be passport bros and they're really just going to these other cities. Going to these other countries and just tricking off. There's no doubt about that. But the problem is that it's get is getting. I think the real reason why people focus on those guys so much more is because it gives women in particular a reason to shame men from doing it. Because the reality is that women want men to accept what they're bringing, which is far less than what they're demanding. So this is one of the reasons why I can understand why, and I hate to say this, but I can understand why Austin Holloman, you know, wanted to separate himself from being called a passport bro. Because look at the negativity that it comes with. And to be honest with you, I'd be lying if I said I didn't contemplate that myself. But, and I think this is one of the reasons why I get so many damn emails from guys whenever there's somebody that says, yo, passport bros are only tricking off and passport bros are only doing this. It seems like I'm getting those emails more than any other content creator in this space. And I understand that because I'm trying to show the positives of it, but I gotta be honest with you guys, it's getting tiring. Muy cansado. Yeah, for y'all that don't think passport bros aren't learning new languages. Um, but yeah, man. Again, I'll leave the link in this description so you guys can read it for yourselves because I know y'all I'm like, probably don't want to listen to me just talk about this all day. But let me know what you thought about this. And if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way I know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Well, it's my latest mixtape, Colombian Soul Volume 2. And if you purchase any of the merch, spreadshot.com link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.